guys, I'm Roxette Arisa, and today we're going to be doing a really fun video. This is going to be a half high-end, half drugstore full face tutorial, and it is going to be sort of like finding dupes, testing dupes. I found some of these dupes on Pinterest, Instagram. Some of them I just discovered myself, and some of them my friends told me about. So we've got a nice little mixture here, and can you guess right now? Pause this video, comment down below, and tell me which side you think is high-end and which is drugstore, right or left, before you get started with the video. And this is on a trust system, guys. I trust that you didn't skip forward into the video, see which high-end products I was using on what side of my face, and then go back and then be like, yeah, like this is it. I see you. I've got some dupes for the Kylie Jenner products. I have some Urban Decay, Hourglass, Nars. Like, I've got a really good mix for you guys, and I feel like these dupes are just, they're so clutch. They're very on point, and I'm really proud. Enough jibber jabber for me. Let's get into the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before we get started. I do upload twice a week, every single week, so you don't want to miss out. And on that note, let's get in. For brows, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow on the high-end side, and then the Milani Dipbrow thingy Stay Put brow color in dark brown. Even the brushes on these two products are so similar. Like, you don't think we see you? I actually think I might like the Milani one a little bit better. On the high-end side, I'm using Hello Flawless by Benefit Cosmetics. It's actually kind of hard to do. Half your face. And then on the drugstore side, I'm going to be using the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer. These are supposed to be drugstore dupes because they are both full coverage, but they're actually both oil-free, and they're supposed to be lightweight. I feel like those are pretty good dupes. They're also a good, oops, I forgot to blend it. But they're also a really good color match, these specific shades. This is the shade Beige in the Benefit foundation, and then in the Milani foundation, it's number 7 Sand. So if you're looking for like color match, this is really good. Online, people were saying that these two products were dupes for each other. So this is MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. And then this is the NYX eyeshadow base in white. Now, upon first glance, they definitely don't look like dupes, in my opinion. But we'll just test it out. This is a testing dupes video, so we gonna test it out. They're light colors, they both cancel out discoloration, but I wouldn't really say that these are dupes. They don't apply the same, and the color is not really the same. You already know though. I've been waiting to do this video just so I could use these two palettes because, I mean, can we just take a moment? So this one is from CoverGirl and this one is from Urban Decay. I mean, do you see the resemblance? Don't try to sit there and tell me you don't. For our first crease color, I'm going to be taking the shade Limit from the Naked 3 palette. And then on the drugstore side, I'm going to be taking this third shade right here, which looks identical. Pretty identical. Okay, next up, I'm going to be taking the shade Nooner from the Urban Decay 3 palette, this guy right here, and then from the CoverGirl palette, this guy, which is, again, identical. Conclusion is that they're definitely dupes. This one is showing up like it may appear lighter because the actual primer is lighter, which I'm not really feeling. Like, I like this eye a lot better at this point, but the shadows themselves, they blend out the same. They have clearly the same color range, and this one is a lot cheaper, so go for this one. Next up is gonna be liner. I wanted to try out these two felt tips. As you guys know, I actually don't use felt tips that often, but these two look really similar to me in the actual applicator tip, if you can see that. So I just wanted to try them out and see, you know, pigmentation wise, if they're similar or not. Oh, by the way, I don't think I said this, but this is the Too Faced Sketch Marker in black. And then the drugstore side is gonna be the Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner and Serum. Yeah, those apply pretty much identically. The Physicians Formula one actually has a softer brush, but other than that, I like them both. good dupe. I found these two lashes that are so similar in how they look. I've never actually worn these, I don't think, so I don't know how they wear. We're gonna try them out. So these are from Morphe brushes. They're the number 605. I actually love Morphe lashes. They're really, really comfortable to wear, and they're, I think these are $1.99. Can't beat that. So let's put that on the drugstore side. Let's put that on the drugstore side. Yeah, no, these aren't doing it for me. They're not as full. They looked like they were going to be though. I had to pop on that other House of Lashes Iconic because that was just not working out. Not a dupe, let's just put it that way. But I do want to add a little bit of glitter into our lives. So this is the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liner. It's the shade Midnight Cowboy, and this is really popular right now. It's almost always out of stock. I think I got like one of the last ones at my Sephora, but I found a BH Cosmetics glitter eyeliner that looks pretty identical, so I want to try it out. These are actually really sick because you can just glide it on, and it's the easiest way to add glitter to a look. Yeah, they're very, very similar. We found a dupe. Definitely a dupe, so this is really exciting. If you guys want the Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy but don't know how much you would use it, or if they're just out of stock, get the BH Cosmetics one because it's a definite dupe. Okay, next up is concealer. I'm going to be using the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer on the high-end side, and then the Maybelline Fit Me on the drugstore side. I've always thought that these were kind of dupes, and I looked on Pinterest and other people were saying that too. Plus the packaging is like pretty similar too. These are definitely a good dupe for each other. You can see just in the shade range and in how it's blending out. I just think that they're pretty much identical, and you can definitely save a lot of money and still get a lot of good use and a good quality product with the Maybelline one. But you know Nars is my jam. So I love my Nars, don't think I'm giving it up. To set everything down, I'm using the BareMinerals BarePro powder on this side and then L'Oreal True Match on the drugstore side. I actually really like the BareMinerals Pro powder, so we'll see how the L'Oreal stands up to it. You know what I just realized? I totally forgot to prime my face. I even had primers out too, look. I got like drugstore dupe primers, primer water, and I totally forgot. Okay, now taking the L'Oreal powder on the other side. This is in the shade W4, which looks a lot lighter than what I've been using for the BareMinerals powder. What happened right there? When did that even happen? Tell me that. Tell me when that happened. I'm gonna go back into that bottom lash line and just fill it in using Nooner, and then the same corresponding shade that we used in the crease for the CoverGirl palette. Just gonna add a little bit of mascara onto that bottom lash line now. On the drugstore side, I'm using L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. This is a really bomb mascara. Sumptuous Extreme. Supposedly these are dupes. I actually like this one a bit better because you can see this one just gives a little bit more volume, but they're pretty similar. Okay, next up is going to be contour, and I do have a pretty good dupe for you guys. So this is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and then I found a dupe for one of the shades. So this is the NYX Powder Blush in the shade Taupe, and it's a pretty exact dupe for this shade right here. Let me just apply. Let me just do my thing. Okay, so this is going to be the Kat Von D Shade and Light. Now this side is going to be the NYX. See what I mean? Like the shade color is so similar. The only difference is that this is much, much less pigmented than this is. So you do need to kind of like swirl your brush around and then get on, and then you have to build it up a bit. But color-wise, exactly the same. So if you don't want to dish out the big bucks for this guy, then you can just get one shade instead of having like an entire contour palette. Okay, next up is blush. I've been saving this for so long, but it is pretty much an exact dupe. So this is Nars Madly. I love Nars blushes. Let me put that out there because Nars probably makes one of my favorite blush formulas. But when you find a good dupe, you gotta go for it because Nars is like a little bit on the pricey side. Not even just a little bit, but like they are one of the pricier brands, you know, at Sephora or whatever. But these blushes, they're so similar. And literally like months and months ago, my friend Izzy told me about this blush, that it was so similar to this. And I literally went to the store. I got in my car, went to the store, and I got it within like 10 minutes because I was so excited to find a really nice dupe for Nars Madly Blush, because this is definitely one of my favorite blushes of all time, and to have a drugstore dupe is just icing on the cake. So again, Nars Madly, love it, love it. And this side is the L'Oreal True Match in the shade Barely Blushing. I love both of these blushes actually, and I think they both have really good formulas, so this is an amazing drugstore dupe. I've got a dupe for one of the shades in the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette. So this palette, you guys know, it is pricey, it's beautiful, but it is like definitely on the pricier side. But this highlight from Physicians Formula is almost identical to the middle shade of this palette. This is the Translucent Pearl Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls, and let me just do a swatch. Proof. Proof is the best way to convince somebody. Okay, so here are the two swatches. You can see how similar they are. This top one is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette. It's the middle shade of that palette. And then the bottom one is this guy. Oops. It's this guy from Physicians Formula, the Pearl, Translucent Pearl Glow Pearls powder palette. It's the one that looks really cool like pearls. So let's go ahead and apply that because I'm very proud of that one. This side I'm going to use a different brush because I just want to keep the products separate. See what I mean though? Now I just want to blend everything together and warm up my face a little bit more, so I'm going to add a little bit of bronzer around the perimeters. This is a blush bronzer duo from Nars, and it's in the shade Angelica and Laguna, so that's what it looks like. And then this is a blush bronzer duo from e.l.f. in the shade Antigua. Tell me that's not the exact same palette. Tell me this palette is not over here trying to be this palette. This is like under $5 and this is around 50-ish. So Nars Laguna going on this side, it's just gonna help blend everything together. It's a cult favorite, so it's obviously a very, very beautiful blush. I mean bronzer. What am I even saying? Now this is going to be the e.l.f. bronzer, basically the e.l.f. version of Laguna. And again, very nice color. It's literally the exact same color, so very impressed with this. And it's nice to know you can get something that looks exactly like Nars Laguna for a really good price. This is the Kylie Cosmetics Birthday Edition Liquid Lipstick Lip Kit. This was limited edition for her birthday, and I don't think they're restocking anymore, but I found you guys a drugstore dupe. This is the drugstore dupe for the lip kit. I've got the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick in the shade Cherry Skies, and then also the Milani Lip Liner in the shade Bordeaux. These together are an exact dupe for the Kylie lip kit in the shade Leo. Let me just show you guys a swatch so you know it's legit. So this is the Kylie Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Leo, and this is NYX Cherry Skies. They're so incredibly similar. Now let's put them on. So this is the Kylie Cosmetics side of her Leo lip liner, and then on the drugstore side, like I said, I'm using the Milani Color Statement lip liner in the shade Bordeaux. The color is absolute perfection. So that's the Kylie one, and here is NYX. When you first apply the NYX one, it does look lighter than the Kylie Cosmetics one, but as they start to dry, they almost become the exact same color, and this is definitely the best drugstore dupe that I found for this shade. I really like the shade, but I do find that the Kylie one is a little bit patchy actually, and the NYX one almost has a better formula in my opinion, plus this was limited edition, and I'm not sure that you can get it now anymore, but I think it turns out pretty well. I'm gonna try using the primers as setting sprays and just kind of go for it, you know? Really hard to do this left-handed. Alrighty, so that's gonna be it for this video. We got through an entire face of half high-end and half drugstore. I think it turned out really well, to be honest. There are a lot of good options for affordable drugstore products that are, you know, the same, if not better, than a lot of high-end products, so, and also trendy products. Hope you guys like this video. I am gonna list every single product that I mentioned down in the description box, so I'll list both the drugstore and high-end, and that way it'll be easy for you guys to find everything in case I missed anything or was talking too fast or whatever. I'll just link it down below, so I got you on this, girl. As always, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and comment down below if you have any requests for future videos, because I'm trying to mix it up here. I want to do some drugstore stuff because I know a lot of you guys love when I do drugstore tutorials and things like that, so watch out for that, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Remember, you are beautiful inside and out. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace.